From our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Peter Murphy begins now.
Good evening, everyone. Just 5 months after being elected, 2 of the 3 Tasmanian Jackie Lambi Network MPs have been dumped by the party. For more, we bring in reporter Rebecca Gateneris. Beck, how have things unfolded?
Murph, reports suggest Miriam Beswick and Rebecca Pentland have had a falling out with Senator Jackie Lambi over her calls for Deputy Premier and Treasurer Michael Ferguson to resign over the Spirit saga. Now, a Lambi Network statement has confirmed their departure, saying the pair no longer represent the party's values of accountability, transparency and integrity. Ms Pentland and Ms Beswick are being accused of a cosy relationship with Mr Ferguson, despite many labelling him responsible for the Spirit of Tasmania debacle. They say their relationship with Jackie has deteriorated over the past few months, and it's now best they represent electorates as independents. The split has sparked questions from other politicians, with doubt now casting over what Premier Jeremy Rockcliffe does next.
And there's real questions now for the Premier about how he's going to resolve these issues, put together a new coalition so that he can get a budget through and provide the certainty.
It will leave Andrew Jenner as the sole remaining Jalan State MP when Parliament resumes on September 10.
Thanks, Beck, for that update. Well, health unions are furious after it was announced desperate upgrades to the Royal Hobart Hospital's emergency department could be dramatically scaled back. The health department claims the redevelopment will meet the growing demand for emergency care in southern Tasmania, but not all are convinced.
A dire diagnosis for an already sick health system.
Doctors describe transferring patients around the Royal Hobart Hospital like trying to get kids out of a cave in Thailand.
An independent review commissioned by the Health Department last year called for $149 million for Stage 2 upgrades to the emergency department at the Royal Hobart Hospital, a call which was backed by a parliamentary committee. But the department has opted for something different, claiming the redevelopment has a strict budget of $130 million.
What we can't afford to do is have an emergency department that doesn't meet the growing demand, which we know we're receiving.
In a leaked email from the emergency department management team, staff were told a reduced scope plan has been proposed, acknowledging it isn't fit for purpose for current and future needs.
This slimmed down version of the renovation really is just window dressing.
We're concerned that what we're seeing now and what's been agreed to is hardly even fit for purpose for today.
The Health Department says plans have been developed and recommended by the Project Reference Group, which includes senior emergency department staff, and claims the expansion will provide facilities needed to meet future demand, a notion the unions disagree with.
Further delays will mean there'll be this constant chasing the tail of the presentations of the Tasmanian community.
With concerns going beyond the capital city.
The northwest, the north and the south all have got particular requirements that we need to get on with.
Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
It's the match that almost didn't happen. The Hawthorn and North Melbourne clash at UTAS Stadium this afternoon in their highly anticipated final game of the regular season. Tas Networks ensuring the lights stayed on amid a bitter dispute with the unions as frantic fans were forced to change their plans due to the new start time.
Rain clouds may have darkened the atmosphere, but not the jubilation as the Hawks and Roos kicked off at York Park at 12:30. The AFL forced to reschedule the game to ensure it wouldn't be played in the dark after industrial action by the electrical union, the CEPU, over pay parity with their mainland colleagues, eliciting a mixed response from interstate football fans arriving in Launceston this morning.
What do you think about the early start time?
I'm here, it's great.
For us, but...
Yeah. Quick, get to the pub very quick.
Oh, it would have been nice to have a bit more time, but it's fine. We're still here on time, we're lucky.
Yep.
Oh, it's a pain because we've got a lot of friends who are on the 12 o'clock flight, so they're going to miss probably 3/4 of the game, so very unhappy.
A Qantas-linked flight bringing more fans to the game forced to abort its landing after developing a technical issue, returning to Melbourne before flying back to Launceston and touching touching down just before 1 o'clock.
How do you feel about missing some of the game?
Well, I brought the banner with me, so we couldn't do the banner. As long as we win at the end of the day, it'll be okay.
Tas Networks engaged outside contractors to hastily restore power to ensure York Park wasn't left in the dark.
I don't think we should be affecting major sporting events, and we did ask the unions to remove the block on to stop industrial action for the duration of the match.
The union unwilling to play ball with the AFL to guarantee supply.
They wanted to know whether or not our members would be prepared to be on site in the event of an outage, and the answer to that question was no, they would not be.
With Tasmania's reputation on the line, the state opposition trying to mediate.
The breakdown of communication between Tas Networks and its workers is clearly having an effect on Tasmania, and the pressure is on Tas Networks to get back to the table and negotiate.
Energy Minister Nick Dygan says action that leaves everyday Tasmanians without power is unacceptable. The real clash, it would seem, is likely to be a long game. Melinda Ogden, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmanian state primary schools will be required to teach at least 1 hour per day of a new structured literacy program from next year. It's part of efforts to improve the reading and writing skills of students from prep to grade 6. The state government says all educators will be trained in QualiTeach, developed by the Education Department using the latest research and evidence. With only one game left before finals, teams are hungry for wins in the Tasmanian State League. Contending wet conditions, North Launceston remain undefeated, taking out the Tigers by 10 points. And Clarence's premiership title hopes looking promising after beating Glenorchy.
A wet and dreary day hasn't put a dampener on the TSL as the race for the premiership flag heats up. Kingborough came out strong, attempting to hand North Launceston their first loss of the season. Colin Skeen making a statement for the Tigers only minutes after the first bounce.
Crosses the arc of 50, unleashes on goal. Colin Skeen, first of the afternoon, going the way of the Tigers.
Losing to the Bombers every match this year, the Tigers were looking to claw back, holding them off for most of the first quarter.
Here is College sizing up the goals. Max College, it's there!
But the pressure from the Bombers proved too difficult to handle, winning 88-78. Despite finals fever not on the cards for Glenorchy, the Pies proved hungry for the points early on. But with a flag looming, it didn't take long for premiership contenders at Clarence to get going, extending the lead by 15 points before quarter time. The Pies not strong enough on their home soil, going down by 33 points. And at Windsor Park, Launceston hosted North Hobart in a battle for the wooden spoons, both sides contending the bull despite the unfavourable weather conditions.
A lot of slipping and sliding, umbrellas, the patrons on the far side.
It was a tight affair the entire match, only points separating the two sides.
Kilpatrick will kick a goal for North Hobart. They're right back into this at Windsor Park. This is a cracking game now.
But it was the visitors who came out on top, beating the Blues by 7 points.
There it is. It's all over. The Demons players raise their hands in the air as they win here at Windsor Park.
Rebecca Gaidaneris at 7, Tasmania News.
Good evening. 16 was the top in Burnie today, 13 across Launceston and Devonport Hobart reaching 12, 14 across Strawn and Low Head, Flinders Island 16 and Lyowini reaching a high of 10 degrees. A band of cloud extended over the state today, bringing overcast conditions. Further out, a cloud band is seen moving over WA and South Australia, extending into New South Wales, containing some embedded thunderstorms. Tomorrow shows a cold front crossing Tasmania with showers more frequent about the north and west. Northeast to northwesterly winds tomorrow, 15 to 25 knots, reaching 30 knots about the north. Swells up to 2.5 metres in the west and south and up to 1 metre in the north. A strong wind warning is current for the west coast, Flinders Island, Banks Strait and Franklin Sound. Tomorrow's forecast now: Hobart, showers increasing, 19 with showers increasing across Richmond and Ouse. In the north, Launceston, showers increasing, 16 in Devonport, Deloraine, showers. Burnie, tomorrow, rain increasing, 19 and rain in Strawn, windy with showers in Curry. 17 in St Helens and showers increasing across Swansea and Whitemark. Looking ahead to the 3-day forecast now: Monday, showers statewide, easing in the north and west during the day. Tuesday, showers more likely about the north and west. And Wednesday, showers with possible hail about western and central areas. Capital cities, 20 and cloudy in Perth tomorrow. Showers increasing in Canberra and 37 and sunny in Broome. And currently Hobart cloudy and 11, Launceston 12 and Devonport mostly cloudy and 13. That's all in weather, Murph.
Thanks very much, Jackie. We couldn't have done it without you. Well, I've got a football game to watch, so we'll leave it here. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night. Good night.